Welcome to the Ray Amanat Show. Wake the fuck up, America.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody out in TV land and social media land. Welcome to the Ray Amanat Show, where I'm your host, Ray Amanat, and this, of course, is my show. I would love to thank the OBBM Network for sponsoring us on their network for TV. Those of you that want another place to download it or go see our show, you can go to the obbmnetwork.tv. Thank you, OBBM, for having us on your platform, along with all of your other great podcasts. So today we've got a teachable moment with our web designer, Mr. James Durkin, who, full disclosure, he created our new website, which is rayamanat.com. Rayamanat.com. So I wear a lot of different hats, and you can go to the new website and kind of get an idea of all the different hats that I wear. And James is going to be talking about that himself. So without further ado, let's bring in Mr. James Durkin. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Ray Amanat Show. I am here with a very special guest. This is our education moment. Are You Teachable? Where my good friend is going to talk to you or educate you about what he does for a living, Mr. James Durkin with PBP Web Design. Welcome, Mr. Durkin.
Thank you, Ray, and thank you for having me on your show.
So, explain how you got into this industry, and what were your beginnings? What did you do before, and then how did you get into web design for everyone?
Quite the journey, really. I actually started out as a banker. Yes, little James here started out working for a Washington Mutual Bank, Bank of America, eventually ended up at Wells Fargo, and about 17 years of my life spent in the banking sector before even venturing out into the creative fields, if you will.
Okay, and you said, I'm done with banking, I want something new, or how did you get into... I know in private conversations you said, well, let me do something. I'll just dabble with this and try to help a friend out.
Yes.
And then, you went, I'm actually pretty good at this, or, tell us a little bit about that.
Absolutely. So the funny thing was, actually, I in fact did help a friend in regards to their website needs before I even knew what web design as a business really was. So ultimately, what happened was I got good reviews on that. That helped build their business. And the funny thing was, Ray, I didn't even know about that until years later. So as I'm dabbling and getting my feet wet with the whole side hustle thing, I didn't even know I had something there. So I kind of stumbled upon web design almost by accident, really. I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I knew waking up in the morning and doing the bank thing. But don't get me wrong, banking is great. I'm not putting anyone down that does that. It's a phenomenal career path. I just wasn't happy doing it in the long run. So I wanted to do something, Ray, that when I woke up in the morning, I felt energized about it. I felt motivated. I wanted to give back even more so. So that's what kind of led me to that.
Okay, so what made you just say, you know what, I'm going all in?
It was really just corporate politics, honestly. It was just wanting to get away from that and be my own boss, live the American dream, as they say, right? So I wanted to take the opportunity to venture out on my own because I knew what I was capable of, and I wanted to kind of wanted to test myself. I like a good challenge, so I kind of and what bigger challenge, right, than starting your own business from the ground up out of nothing and just trying to make something out of
Don't I know that? Okay. So how do you help businesses? I know everybody needs to have some kind of a footprint. And full disclosure, James is the one that designed our new website, and it's not specifically for self-defense pros. It's more for me, Ray Amanat. So check out rayamanat.com. Also, I'm going
Yes.
to give you a plug for that
There you
one,
go. I
and you'll get
appreciate
to
it.
see firsthand what James's work is like. But how do you help businesses?
That's a great question, Ray. I help businesses in three different ways: build, support, and grow. So, build, support, grow. That's my framework for everything I do as a web designer. Absolutely.
So you build it so that they have a platform that people can go to. You support them by doing whatever updates or anything that they need. You help them with the SEO optimization. You might want to explain some of that lingo for
Absolutely.
those that might not know it. Build, what was this third
Support
one?
and grow.
And grow.
Mhm.
And through that, hopefully, there's growth. They get more business. They get more. You want to elaborate on any of those?
Absolutely. So let's start with build. So for build, what we do at PBP Web Design is we build whatever it is that you need. It's not just websites either. It could be a logo. It could be graphics just in general for advertising purposes, or it could be your business, right? I actually am a business consultant as well. So what that means is I can take your vision or hobby, if you will, and
Right.
turn it into a legal, legitimate business in the state of Florida by getting you registered with the state Division of Corporations, if you will, help you set up an EIN number. That way you have a tax ID number to go along with your business and get you involved. And of course, being a former banker, I know a thing or two about, business banking. So I know just the right contacts and individuals to turn you to in regards to business banking.
Right.
So we help build by building a brand. If you need a brand, building your logo, which is a part of branding, building your website, building a business, building your dream, if you will.
So when James helped me with my website, we just had a one-to-one where we sat down and I gave him my vision of what I wanted my website to look like. And James was taking notes upon notes upon notes. And I came with notes upon notes upon
You
notes.
did.
And then he created it, gave me a brief look, a blueprint or a template of it, and said, okay, this is what it looks like now. What do you want to change? Is there anything else you want to do? And we went back and forth until we got the foundation of the website. Now it's just tweaks here and there
Yep.
to get it to where it's user friendly, and it is. But it's where I think it'll really help grow the business. It'll get me more business myself. So thank you for doing
No,
that.
you're very welcome. My pleasure.
So, what is involved with the building?
So with building, once we have your website or brand built, what's next? Support. One of the biggest things about website design is people are, they're hurry up and get me a website, but when it comes launch time, what happens when you need that update? Just like you said a minute ago, tweaks, updates, maybe things change in the business. You need to pull some things down. Maybe you have legal requirements to have certain things that need to be posted on the website. So support comes into play in the sense of hosting. So we host your website for you,
Right.
which is what powers your website. It puts you on the internet, if you will. We actually do a lot of maintenance, management, and control. This way, we're always on top of the latest updates for different plugins, since it's WordPress-based websites that we design. As far as updating plugins, those are critical and important to prevent hacks, malware, that type of thing. But we also have a security bundle that we use as well to secure your website. And that's all wrapped up into a nice little thing we call support. That way, once we're done building something for you, you have us in your corner as a tag team partner to make sure it
So a
stays
lot
safe.
of times in our networking group, you talk about, yeah, anyone can go and make a website through Wix or through GoDaddy, and it's a plug and play. You put whatever background you want, whatever. What's the difference between somebody just creating their own website off of like a GoDaddy account, and I know GoDaddy will host it and do stuff. So
Yes.
what's the difference between how you host it and how GoDaddy does?
And that's a great question, Ray. So when you go to a Wix or a GoDaddy type of platform, just like you said, it's a drop and drag, do it yourself web builder, and there's nothing wrong with that. They're there for a reason. They're very profitable. They're very well known. because of how well they do organize their platforms and build structures, if you will. The difference between a Wix, GoDaddy, and myself is I'm a WordPress designer and developer. So we do our hosting all in-house. So we pair up with different hosting companies. We actually also have our own servers, which we tend to only use when needed, really. But we'll team up with different companies like SiteGround or HostGator or Bluehost, something along those lines. So we have control over our own hosting for our clients. That's the main difference. Plus, with WordPress, you get a blank canvas, right? And you get a professional designer like myself that comes in with that blank canvas, and we can kind of build you what you want custom to your business needs, because not every business is the same. In fact, all businesses are different. So having a drop and drag builder on a GoDaddy or Wix, with all due respect, great, is also going to look very similar to somebody else's website because they're using the same template. With us, you get something that's custom built from the ground up and something that's going to meet your business needs and objectives.
So you've got cell phones and PCs and everything else. Do you guys work on the website adapting to the different formats?
Absolutely. So responsiveness in today's market is critical. So if you have a website and it looks great on desktop, but when you're scrolling on your phone, it's all jabbered and out of alignment and not formatted correctly, it's a bad user experience. So responsiveness is actually kind of where we direct our focus on, actually, because if you don't have it on a mobile device, which most people are searching on their mobile devices rather than desktop these days. So it's really important that you actually go responsive first.
Right. So let's talk about growth. Break that down for our viewers. What kind of growth are we talking? I mean, do you guys keep statistics as far as number of hits, number of views, number of what? Um,
Elaborate? Yeah,
yes.
absolutely. So growth. You can call it growth. Some people call it marketing, or in this case, growth marketing, right? So what that is in a nutshell is SEO. SEO is an acronym that stands for search engine optimization. Search engine optimization is what gets your website found on Google when someone types in a specific keyword. It's kind of like back in the day when you were a kid, you played the card game trying to match different, items together, and when they matched, you got to keep them. Think of SEO as that. You have a consumer on one end of the wherever they happen to be, home, office, car, on their phone, whatever, searching for a specific need, right? They're trying to fill a need, find a solution for a need, if you will. They're putting in a specific keyword. If that keyword matches something that's on your website and it's been optimized for Google search, that's a match, right? Keep the cards like you were taught as a kid. That's what it is in a nutshell. SEO, or search engine optimization, gets you found on Google. If I build you a beautiful website and everyone's bragging about it, that's great. Beautiful websites are great, right? But what good is a beautiful website if nobody knows how to find it?
Right.
So search engine optimization is our number one thing that we do in regards to growth packages, growth services. Another thing is social media marketing, because let's be honest, if you're doing SEO, it's taken in some cases up to 6 months for SEO to kick in to do its job, so to speak. So you got to bridge that gap somehow. And what better way to bridge the gap than social media marketing? Everybody's doing something on social media, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn. It's just a matter where your audience is, right?
Right.
So you use social media marketing as a gap, or a bridging of the gap, if you will, solution while you wait for the SEO to kick in.
So connecting all of the social media pages on your website
Yes.
has those backlinks that help with SEO.
Sounds like an educated man. Yes, absolutely right. You hit the nail right on the head. Backlinks are your best friend. Now, some say that Google doesn't look at backlinks as prominent as it once was, and there is some truth to that. But let's be honest. Google looks for what? Relevancy. And backlinks, as long as they're relevant, backlinking to your site, such as, for instance, if you're a web designer like me and you have someone like GoDaddy backlinking to my website, that's huge for me, right? Or someone like yourself, if you have other schools or other martial arts instructors or companies,
Right.
or even maybe martial arts equipment stores or whatnot, backlinking to your self-defense website, or which rayamanat.com, by the way, then yes, that's a backlink that helps you on Google as well. So backlinks are huge, and I will always forever believe in that as well, until proven otherwise. So yeah, backlinks are huge. But we also do video marketing. I'm actually hopefully one day can do what Ray's doing right now, have my own podcast and be able to interview, my business clients and whatnot. Hopefully one day, we'll see.
You'll do it.
We'll
You'll
see
do
what
it. You'll do
happens.
it. So, for this teachable moment for all you guys, if you're looking for information on, let's say you're starting a new business and you want to go all in, a big part of it is building that business plan. I would recommend setting up a one-to-one consultation um, with the master here, with James, and let him take his notes. You bring your notes. And then from there, you guys can decide moving forward what's the best practice for building that so that you can build a business. I started Self Defense Pros as a company, and I couldn't really promote it because I didn't have a website. Because when people say, "Well, where do I go?" Or "How do I find you online?" First thing most people are going to do is research you. So you want to have your website with the message, the vision, the everything that you want up there so that people can find you. So how can people get a hold of you?
Oh, there's many ways. So my website is www.pbpwebdesign.com. For those who just want to check out the website, you can catch me on Facebook. I'm on Facebook at facebook.com/PBP Web Design. You can catch me there as well. LinkedIn, I'm on LinkedIn. My email is James Durkin. That's spelled JamesDurkin at pbpwebdesign.com. So you can catch me at any one of those outlets.
And I will have a slide for this at the end of the show so that you guys can get a hold of them. We got to get your logo back up there. Dun, dun, dun.
Doesn't want to work with me.
And just like that, that's how good he is. That's how good he is. Well, James, it was a pleasure. Thank you for everything that you do. I hope you guys got a lot of it, learned from it, set up a one-to-one with them, get a hold of them, and let's get your business going.
Yes.
Thank you for watching the Ray Amanat Show. We'll see you on the next episode.
Thank you.
And I'm back, everybody. I hope you guys all enjoyed that interview with Mr. James Durkin. And as promised, here's his information. So, Mr. Durkin is also said he's going to be a sponsor on our show. So, you'll be getting his information on a regular basis on our show. So, you can reach out to him. Those of you that want to develop a website for a business that you're starting, you guys can get a hold of him. Again, his name is James Durkin. His website is pbpwebdesign.com. His email is jamesdurkin at pbpwebdesign.com, or you can call him at 727-457-5894. I need my glasses, everybody. As always, I want you guys, if you're in need of help, if you're dealing with a domestic violence issues, if you're hurting yourself and having thoughts about suicide, or if you're a bystander that's a witness to a crime, I never want these phone numbers to be up on our show after something has already happened. I want you guys to all have access to these numbers so that you can help somebody before things escalate to something worse. So if you're going through domestic violence issues, you can call the 800 number, 1-800. Here we go, people. This is because I'm getting old. 1-800-799-SAFE, and that is the National Domestic Violence Hotline. If you know of somebody that is going through tough times, or maybe you're going through tough times and you would like help, you can always call the Suicide Prevention Hotline at 1-800-273-TALK. And if you want to leave an anonymous tip to a crime because of fear of, well, what if the criminal comes back looking for you? You can always go to Crime Stoppers USA and do an anonymous tip at 1-800-222-TIPS. As always, wake the cluck up, America. There's a lot going on out there. Don't be tuned out, be tuned in to what's going on around you and get the education and knowledge that you need to thrive in our country. If you want to email me, you can go to info@therayamanatshow.com. Again, that's info@therayamanatshow.com. I would love to read your emails on our future shows. So whether they're love emails, hate emails, hell, threat emails, bring it on. I would love to read them. Hopefully we are giving you the content that you guys like, to where it's all about the love. Again, you can also go check out our new website at www.rayamanat.com. All right, that's about all the time I have. So we hope you guys got a lot out of today's show, and we'll see you on the next show. Signing out. Take care.
Welcome to the Ray Amanat Show with the fuck up America.